Howdy folks. Today's video is in praise of a bottle that if you haven't tried it, you definitely should. Amaro Nonino. Now, the most common thing you'll see people making with Amaro Nonino is a paper plane. It's a classic drink, really delicious. I actually made one in a video about a month or so ago. I'll leave a link to that with a paper plane and a paper plane variation. Good stuff. Actually gave some tasting notes on Amaro Nonino in that video as well, but we're going to taste it here right now just to remind ourselves what this tastes like. If you don't know, Amaro Nonino is Italian. It's made by a company called Nonino who make grappa. Fairly common in Europe, I think. They came out with this Amaro to try and, get into the American market, I think. So, but it is grappa based. It's a little bit more expensive than some of the others, but it's really good. It's on the sweeter side for Amaro. If you're someone who doesn't like super bitter things, this is not very bitter at all. It's got like a sort of lingering bitter aftertaste, but mainly it tastes sweeter, especially at the beginning. It's got a lot of orange flavor, and kind of like a burnt orange and caramel. It's just very pleasant. Anyway, it's really good, and a lot of people tell you to make a paper plane, and you should do that as well. I just thought we could try a couple cocktails that aren't a paper plane. That should be pretty good. I actually haven't tried these before, but I found a couple of good recipes. One is the Occidental from the PDT cocktail book. PDT cocktail book, great book. If you don't have it, it's got a ton of good recipes in here. It is 2 ounces Linea Aquavit. I'll be using this full Aquavit. 3/4 of Gran Marnier. I'll be using Pierre Ferrand dry curacao. And a 1/2 ounce of Amaro Nonino. Oh, and we are going to also rinse the glass with Fernet Branca. The other cocktail we're going to make, I got off of Cocktail Virgin. I'll leave a link in the description to that. It's called Esseintes. That's in Spanish. It refers to a book I've not read by Joris Karl Huysmans from 1884. I have no idea who that is, but if you do, give me some information about that. 1.5 ounces of Mezcal. He's using Chichicapa Single Village Espadín. I'm just going to use my regular Bozal. I have some very fancy Espadín and I could use that, but I'm just going to use Bozal. 1.5 ounces of Nonino. A bar spoon of Maraschino liqueur. 2 Dashes Angostura, 2 Dashes Reagan's Orange Bitters. This is essentially a mezcal-based Martinez, but we're using Nonino instead of vermouth. This is a thing people do a lot, is swap out an Amaro for vermouth, like in a Black Manhattan or something like that. So anyway, these sound pretty good. Let's mix them up. up, we got the Occidental from Please Don't Tell. It's got get a lot of Aquavit on the nose. Aquavit and orange go really well together, I think. The Aquavit's got this cardamom thing that sort of goes nicely with the Fernet. It's got, the little Fernet's got like that sort of menthol, eucalyptus-y, just a hint of it. It's really nice. It's kind of a little dry. The Aquavit is very prominent. The Nonino lends a nice orange sweetness to it. It's a little strange to have orange liqueur and Nonino, I guess, because it's just mostly an orange emphasis, but it's got that nice after note of the bitterness from the Nonino and from the Fernet Rinse. I mean, it's a solid boozy sipper. If you like a boozy drink, I mean, this is excellent. An excellent alternative, for example, to a paper plane. Les Esseintes. Am I saying that right? Probably not. Les Esseintes. I love Mezcal. Mezcal is great. It's pretty strongly Mezcal again, but there's a lot more Nonino in this one. You do get that sort of, a lot of those orange notes. It's nicely balanced. You don't get a ton of maraschino, but it's in there sort of funking it up a little bit. And Reagan's orange bitters always leave me with like a celery sort of aftertaste, which I don't love. I might stop using Reagan's orange bitters altogether. I found a local orange bitters that I'll probably start using unless a recipe specifically calls for Reagan's, which this one does. These are both interesting boozy sippers. They're both sort of dominated by the base spirit, Mezcal in one case, Aquavit in the other. But they're supported nicely by the Amaro Nonino. They're like drinking like very interesting Manhattans, you know, like sort of far away from what an actual Manhattan is, but it's the sort of vibe I get from them. All right, so there you go. A couple of good options if you want to try Nonino, which you definitely should. It's really delicious. I actually really enjoy just drinking it straight, like after dinner or something. Paper planes are amazing, and these are two pretty good boozy, boozy sippers that you could try, or come up with something else. Have you tried Nonino? What do you use it in? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.